We are officially live. I know it has been a minute since I have gone live with my community. I am so excited to announce this new series, which is going to be called She Speaks Sneakers. In a moment, I'm going to be bringing on my incredible co-host who goes by Mons. You may also know her as SwooshNMons, and we're gonna just give the spotlight to her for a little bit to kind of go through her backstory as far as how she got to the path of creating her own YouTube channel. If you don't already follow her, be sure to go and subscribe to her YouTube channel right now. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, obviously, be sure to hit that subscribe and the thumbs up button for this live today. This is going to be an incredible live, as well as this will be on the YouTube podcast. So if this is a video that you prefer listening to, be sure to click on that. If you're driving and you just want to kind of tune things out and listen to two women speaking about sneakers and all things around sneakers, be sure to join that podcast to listen in. But so happy to be back in here. We got a lot of people already chiming in. It's so good to see all of you in chat. But again, we have an incredible guest, or should I say my new co-host for this series. Definitely give this a thumbs up if you truly enjoy just women talking about sneakers. This is going to be such a fun weekly series. We're going to be doing this once a week, jumping into our pickups for the week, as well as what we're looking forward to for the week as far as drops go. And then, of course, we've got some other interests that we'll probably get into, one of those being anime. So we'll definitely be dropping in some other parts of the culture and, things that involve toys and anime. But welcome in again, everyone. I'm so happy to be here with you. Let's give a round of applause for my new co-host, Mons. All right. Hey,
Hello.
Mons. Welcome in.
Thank you. Thank you. Hi, everyone. I'm so excited to be here.
Well,
And
we're
thank
so
you for that.
excited to have you be a part of this new series.
I'm very excited for the series. And yeah, thank you for inviting me on because this is like such a great thing. And, talking about sneakers in the space, it's going to be great.
So, for those of you who aren't familiar with Mons, she has been on the Sneakers app. I'm sure you've seen her beautiful face and her insane sneaker collection. You have so many sneakers that I took some L's on, Mons. So, I just wish we were the same sneaker size, because then, I'd be like, hey, girl, you want to ship those over so I can borrow them for a little bit?
Exactly. Right? That's, yes. I know. I wish we were too.
I know, right? It's a bummer. But also, Mons was on BR Kicks, which I hate to say it. Unfortunately, there's just not a lot of platforms where you get to actually see women who are able to discuss the topic of sneakers. So I was able to watch you during the COVID period. I know that's when we were all out here creating content, but you were
Yeah.
such an amazing personality on that series. So I know that you're going to be amazing, of course, on our new series, She Speaks Sneakers. But I would love for you to just kind of give a little backstory to our audience as to how you got into sneakers.
Sure. Well, first, before I get started on my introduction, I wanted to thank you again for having me here. I'm very excited to be a part of the series. And for those who don't know me, my name is Mons Ramirez, also known as SwooshNMons from my other channels. So, as you can see here from my background, this is my sneaker collection, or at least maybe like 80% of it. I have some
It's
laying
like just
around.
a couple. My goodness.
I am running out of space, girl. Like, I don't
Girl,
know.
try. You don't want to live in New York, because let me tell you, my doors are basically my shelving units here.
Yeah, but I'm trying to keep it limited. I'm trying to keep all of the pairs that I absolutely love. So, I mean, I can get into it a little bit later. But yeah, how I got into sneakers. So, worked for a sneaker store back in my college days. For those who worked with me, know that when I started there, I knew zero information about sneakers. I just wanted to work there because I needed a part-time job, and I was like, oh, why not work with shoes? Why not work with sneakers? And then as time went by, I worked there for a few years, and as time went by, I just kind of ended up loving it so much. And there was actually a solid amount of women that I worked with, which was really, really great. And they knew a lot of knowledge about sneakers. So that's kind of where the love started. And what was it like? It's
The bad,
2023.
shall we say, the bad habit?
I know, right? So
When your bank account started to just kind of go this direction.
I like how at the beginning, I really wanted my paycheck to be like, for fun excursions during college. And then it just went back to the company that I worked for.
I'm sure
So
they were happy for that as well.
yeah, I was just circulating at that point. But yeah, so yeah, now it's 2023. So I'd like to say it's 10 years later, and my love for sneakers has just grown more and more. So yeah, that's
10
that's a little,
years. My
yeah, I know.
goodness.
It's been a
It's
long
crazy
time.
how time flies, but I love that you have that foundation, of working in a sneaker
Mhm.
store. I
Yeah.
always feel like, when you're able to touch a product
Mhm.
constantly, see it in person, see it in
Mhm.
hand, you're really taking in that sneaker in a different way
Mhm.
than just viewing it off of social media and flipping through and
Absolutely.
reading about it. It's just
Mhm.
it's a different way. It's almost like when I was in preschool. I
Mhm.
feel like one of the ways that we learned it was feeling
Mhm.
things. They would dump sand, so
Mhm.
we would learn letters. I feel like it goes to show in the sneaker world, though, really touching sneakers day to
Mhm.
day, you're taking
Yes.
in that information and that knowledge, and
Mhm.
it's just something that you can't really compare to as
Mhm.
far as people who don't get to do that, I guess, on a day-to-day
Right.
basis. It's a different way of understanding the product and
Yeah.
the sneakers themselves. So
Mhm.
I love that you have that knowledge, that background. I know that unfortunately women do get stereotyped sometimes
Mhm.
as not being knowledgeable about product, not being able to
Mhm.
talk about product when it comes to sneakers, and so I love that you have really represented the female
Mhm.
community and really having that background and understanding of what it is that you love about the sneaker community, but also
Mhm.
just having that knowledge of being able to pick up a sneaker, being able to talk about it, and representing us all in this light of I actually know what
Mhm.
I'm talking about.
Yeah. No, definitely. I think that definitely made a difference just being around it. And I think the community as well just really showed up every single time. And that is a big impact in it, is just being a part of it and just having a lot of people be there with you and just talk about something you love really is just such a huge impact. So totally agree with you there.
We got a lot of people in here tonight. What's up, Brian, Angela, Anthony, Shamako 4, Naru, Chris, Brad in the house, and of course we've got Space Magic Storm. What's up, Natasha? Good to see you in here, girl. And Ryan, Brad, Kicks for Fresh. What is up, girl? Kay, I've missed you. Where have you been?
Hi,
We got to get
Kay.
you. We got to get Kay back out here on the YouTube
That
platform. Big
was
Daddy Cool Dre in the house. Good to see you all stopping by. Piglet, thanks for the love. Again, for those who are just hopping in late, we've got Mons in the house. She's giving us a quick little backstory of how she got into sneakers. The next question I really want to talk about is what inspired you to actually become a part of the YouTube space as a sneaker content creator?
So this one, I wouldn't say it's a long story, but
That's all
long
right.
story.
We're here for it. We love stories.
So I was when I first started creating content, which I got serious about during the pandemic. So this was 2020. I just really started taking pictures. I love taking pictures. It's something that I've always been passionate about. I never really dabbled in the video space, of course, until like TikTok came about and reels were becoming really popular. So I feel like that's when I started experimenting with like short form videos, which is really fun. And I actually got comments from people, at some of my followers and some of my friends, saying like, when are you going to start YouTube? Or like, you should really do YouTube. And I was like, oh, I don't know if I'm built for the YouTube life, because I've been watching YouTube for a long time. Some of my OGs that I used to watch since like high school. And I wasn't sure if I was really cut out for it. But, my friends and family really encouraged me to just go for it, because you never really know where it'll take you. And at least it's something that will challenge me as a creator. and just as a woman in the space to see where it can take me. So when I started my YouTube channel a year ago, it's actually been a year, which is kind of crazy. um,
Ooh.
I had so many mixed feelings about everything. Like, I think I was telling you we had this conversation that I had my mouse on the upload button for the longest time, hovering over it because I was just so nervous about putting myself out there. Because as you know, when you put yourself out there, there's a lot of vulnerability that comes
Oh
along with
my
it.
gosh, you're so vulnerable. I mean, you're really putting yourself out there as a dartboard almost. It's kind of like, hit me. I'm the
Yeah.
bullseye.
No, exactly. So, I mean, but a lot of the time, like it takes, I really took that leap of faith, ultimately. So, that's what I wanted to do. And, I never look back. I'm still really in the learning phase through it all. And I'm still trying to get, my footing. But yeah, it's been such a great journey so far. So, if you're new here, hope to, see you as a subscriber and hope you continue to enjoy the content.
Oh, we have some Pinoys in the house. ¿Cómo
Yeah.
está? So both Mons and I are Filipino.
Yes.
So we are your Filipina girls representing here.
Mhm.
So maybe we'll start some cooking as well, and we'll eat some lumpia and some pancit while we're going live one of these days.
We should add that as a segment, You gotta
We
represent the
should.
Yeah,
I
that would be
know.
so
Yeah.
cool.
Okay, so
Yeah.
every week maybe we'll bring a Filipino dish, teach our audience about some of our favorite dishes that are Filipino dishes.
Yes, and if anyone happens to have, like, any recommendations or wants to see us,
Oh my
try
god.
different things, put them in the comments, we'll
Yeah.
definitely take into consideration.
I know.
Yeah.
Let us know your favorite recipes too. If you
Yeah.
want us to test out and cook something. If only we were in the same location, Mons. We could
No.
we
Well,
could
we'll just
eat
have to make it
together.
happen at some point.
Exactly. At some point. Or I'm just
Yeah.
gonna air feed you, through my
Yeah,
camera somehow.
exactly. Yeah.
Imagine the taste and the flavors of what we're
Yes,
feeding each
exactly.
other back and forth, right?
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
All right, so remember that, everybody. Be sure to leave in the
Yeah.
comments what dish that's a Filipino dish you want Mons and
Mhm.
I to test out on our next live.
Yes, yes.
That will be fun.
Yeah.
So I stumbled across your content when you
Mhm,
first started. I was so
mhm,
excited just because there's so far and few of us women who
mhm,
are on this space. And I get
mhm,
it. YouTube, I feel like out of all the social media platforms, by far is the
mhm.
most complicated. And I feel like a lot of people assume that when you put a video out, right, it's like, oh, I want the next video. I'm ready for the next one and the next one. But
Mhm,
the amount of time it takes to edit long form content versus short form content, for instance,
mhm.
they're two different worlds. I mean, it
Yes.
takes hours to
Mhm,
edit, hours to film. So by the time you're done, producing and putting together a package for one video, that could be
mhm.
like 5 hours. And I know that you have a
Yes.
full time job. This
Mhm.
isn't something
Yeah.
that you do, on the
Mhm.
daily because,
Yeah.
you have a full time job commitment
Mhm.
where you're doing this on all your off time. If you even have off time, I don't honestly know when you have time to actually film and edit and produce all of this. How do you make this work within your schedule?
I think it's just well, like you said, schedule. I think it's just scheduling it out because I guess to put it into perspective, I have a standard 9 to 5. So I have a set schedule of when, I'm there at my day job. And a lot of it just kind of, I have to say that it takes a lot of like discipline and consistency. And I can't say that I'm perfect at it, but I'm trying to find the best way for me to, put this all together. And a lot of the time I'll probably use like my weekend time, if there aren't many things going on. But as you know, our lives get very, very busy. So it's just being able to like even just set out a couple of hours just to, create some content and do it that way. A lot of the times when I do my YouTube videos, I'll film one day and then dedicate one evening or even after work to editing and whatnot and put it that way, I guess you could say. So yeah, it takes a lot of like juggling. But I think because I love both, I do love my job and I do love creating content at the same time. I think it's just
Great
making
mixture.
yeah, exactly, finding the balance. There you go. That was the word I was looking for. Is
Right?
finding the
Finding
balance.
the balance in your schedule to just make both worlds basically align. I
Yes.
want to give a quick shout out, actually. I hope this
Mhm.
isn't noise. So, uh, Ryan, thank you so much for gifting Wicked Slim a membership. Really appreciate it. I know that
Woo!
Wicked Slim has been on our page for, I don't know, since the beginning. So thank you so much for supporting our channel and for supporting all of those in the community, Ryan, as always. Ryan's always giving our community these amazing membership packages. So huge shout out to you, Ryan. Thank you again for your continued support. We love to see it here.
Thank you.
So as far as sneakers go, I'm not gonna make you tell me your favorite sneaker because I always feel like that's the most overwhelming
Great question.
question sometimes when people are like, what's your favorite sneaker right now? I had that question asked me like 10 times today and literally was like, I can't answer this.
I don't
But
know.
what are some of the sneakers you just find yourself reaching for this year where it's like, all right, I'm running out the door, I'm gonna just throw this pair on?
Ooh, I feel like even that is a very loaded question. So
All right, I
I
tried to make it easier for you, Mons.
I don't know if the favorite sneaker
Okay.
question is easier or not.
Right.
Okay. So in terms of sneakers that I've been reaching for, so I have been really prioritizing comfort recently, and I have been grabbing my Asics and Aritzia collab, the Gel Cayano 14s in the white black colorway. I love them so much because, well, one, it matches everything. It's a white black colorway, and it's just very comfortable to wear, matches everything, and I don't know. I just can't stop reaching for it. So that's one pair. My New Balance 2002 Rs, that's a model that
Oh,
I absolutely love. And the
I was
Atmos one
wearing
that they,
those yesterday.
yeah, I mean, comfort over everything right now. You know what I mean? Especially when you're
Right.
out, it's important that you wear a comfortable pair of shoes. But, I mean, as you can see, obviously, I have a lot of options. So, yeah, I think those are the ones that I have been reaching for recently. Um, but yeah, I feel like my preferences change every week, just kind of depending on my mood. But for now, I'm gonna go with that answer. So when we come back, might be a different one. We'll see.
I
We all
know.
gotta,
We change every month. I feel it's almost like a seasonal thing for me too. I feel like I
yeah.
switch up
Mhm.
as the seasons get a little bit colder here in New York cuz some of my sneakers, oh my god, your feet will fall off. They'll freeze to death.
Oh my
If there's too
gosh.
much perforation going on, too many holes bringing in the air, you might lose a toe out here. You might get frostbite in New York if you wear the wrong
Well,
sneaker.
when I visit, I'll be sure to wear some appropriate New York weather shoes because, oh, for those who don't know, I'm based out in San Diego, California. So if you have been here or, are familiar with the area, it's a pretty consistent like 70 to 80. So,
I'm
um,
jealous. I really am. I lived in California for a minute and I just that's the one thing that you cannot beat is that California weather. It is
100%.
just the
Yeah.
best. And the
Yeah.
style, what I love, we'll have to definitely incorporate this, I feel like, into
Right.
this
Mhm.
episode. But style is so different, I feel like, in Cali
Mhm.
versus New York. I feel like the way that, people tend to coordinate their style here is just so polar opposite sometimes from the style that you see in California. Even when I moved from California to New York, people literally asked me, "Are you from California?" I'm just like, what? Thinking I have a sticky note written on my forehead or something, asking that, why do you say that? Because you're just so bright and colorful. And now I'm always in black.
Hey, there's nothing. I'm also an all black, actually.
I know, right? Thank you for
That's
dressing New York for me today,
yeah,
Mons. I really appreciate it.
important. I gotta show up with that.
Making me feel right at home. Except for
Of
the weather is
course.
cooling down here, thank God, because it has
Here.
been
Yeah. Mhm.
miserable, like almost suffocating when you walk outside.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I've
It's
heard the
terrible.
heat can get pretty crazy. It's like it can get a little humid there, right? Is that right? Am I getting that right?
That's
Okay.
honestly what kills you. I can do dry heat
Uh,
all day, but humidity is really, I think,
mhm,
what makes us all suffer here.
yeah.
And my
Mhm.
hair always looks terrible. Just, I feel like I need to shower, even though I've showered. So you're here taking
Mhm.
5 showers a day and you still feel disgusting. The subways, too, are a nightmare. If you ever want to know what hell feels like, just go to a couple of the subways out here. You'll get
Oh gosh.
a little taste of it. It's miserable.
You're definitely selling New York for me for me to visit during the summer.
I think we got some fans of your wall right now. People are loving that color coordination.
Thank
I'm
you.
assuming they're loving exactly the types of sneakers on your wall because those are definitely some hard to cop sneakers back there. It's not just your everyday sneaker collection, is it?
Thank you guys. I think I saw someone ask, oh, from Anthony, what's Mons' Grail? Oh, man, everyone asking the loaded
I know. I
question.
told you this question, right? I was like, I got it all day today, so.
um, I will kind of go with, I mean, I feel like a lot of my grails have a lot of like sentimental value to me. So I will talk about two of them really quickly. So one of them happens to be, and do you hear my messages going off? Let me know because
Oh,
sorry about that. Okay.
you're good.
So the first pair is hopefully, okay, what direction am I in? Okay, on this side.
A little Vanna White style, right? And so we have here.
I'm like, and over here. It's going to be the Off-White Air Jordan 1 in the UNC colorway. So blue is my favorite color.
Oof,
And that's the pair I actually wore to my wedding. So that
I
has a
love
lot of
that.
sentimental value for me. For anyone curious on what my husband wore, he wore his Travis Scott AG1 High, the mocha one.
Wow, you guys are a little hype marriage couple then, aren't you?
Love our sneakers.
The
He's a little bit
combination of the resale on both of those sneakers right now, my goodness. You guys could take a trip, actually, a new honeymoon.
well, I know. At that point we can.
Right.
Um, we both love sneakers and we wanted to have that as a big part of our wedding, so that one is a grail for me because of the sentimental value. And yeah, so there's one. So I actually went to the University of Hawaii during my college days, so I have the Nike SB Hawaii up there, so it's like the
Mons, you
2000s.
in this good weather. I am so jealous of your life right now. I wanted to go to any school in Hawaii. I would have gone probably, but man, Hawaii, San Diego, have you lived in a place with bad weather?
I think I'm just so attracted to the, perfect weather or just like the warm weather in general. I mean, also for those who know me, I grew up in the Bay Area. So I love the cold weather and of course like not to the same degree as the East Coast or anything, but I grew up in the colder weather, if
A
you
light
will.
jacket, here and
Just
there.
it, but yeah, like it was a change for sure. So that one kind of commemorates my time in Hawaii and is actually when I started my sneaker journey. So that one I had to have and I searched far and wide for in my size. So I'm really excited that I have that pair. So I hope that answers your question. That's only two and I have a number of other ones that I love, but probably just going to highlight, here and there. So
Those
yeah.
are amazing, amazing grails. I mean, side note, basically, when I went to Hawaii, I think it was 2 years ago, I just so happened to walk by the Kith store and there was this massive line. So I started talking to locals. I'm like, what are you guys waiting
Yeah.
for?
Well,
They actually that day decided to re-release the Air Force One like exclusive Hawaii edition when I was there. So I literally was supposed to go back to breakfast. I was like, "Sorry guys, I can't go back. I have to get in this line right now."
yeah.
They're like, "What? What do you mean you can't have breakfast?" I'm like, "I got to get the sneaker. There's no
Yeah,
time. I have to get in the
it's
line right now."
it's that serious. We need to get in line because it was so hard to get that pair. And I love that one. It's super beautiful. And you're so lucky that you were there when they re-released that pair. Ugh,
Girl,
they
the universe. And also, it was really cool because clearly I had a lot of time to kill, maybe two
Mhm, mhm.
hours before I got into the store to actually get my
Right,
size. But I got to
right.
hear from the locals, even like to hear their stories of when Kith like officially opened there and just like
Mhm,
the sneaker scene and the community. I mean, it's such a small knit community, especially if you live in a
it is.
place, like Hawaii. But I
Mhm,
just heard so many incredible stories and
mhm.
how long it was a wait the first time around. So this was like nothing compared to when the store actually first officially opened.
Yeah.
But
Mhm,
also, the locals were so nice. They were bringing
mhm.
umbrellas to cover me because I was frying in the sun, and I definitely got a sunburn that day. It was brutal. Like, can we
Sometimes
get
it's
some more palm trees over here? Oh, here it is.
yeah. Oh,
But yeah,
here.
like this is so special. I also was able to get a t-shirt that's like an exclusive Kith
So
Hawaii
lucky.
t-shirt.
Mhm,
I actually got another t-shirt for one of my friends over
mhm,
at Kith here in the
mhm.
US. He wanted one of
Nice.
the t-shirts and wasn't able to cop it. But one of the things I love about sneakers is the memories that we create with it. So going
Yes.
back to you getting married in sneakers, I think people forget about, sneakers being a materialistic type of
Mhm,
value. It's more of,
mhm,
I now will forever remember this sneaker as like this
mhm.
sneaker that I just so happened to be in Hawaii for. I got to
Yes,
meet all these
hear that.
incredible people. They told
Mhm,
me all these spots to eat and
mhm,
tour. So it's
mhm.
just, there's more meaning behind this. And
Yeah,
I don't look at it as just like, oh, this is another Air Force One.
another
Like
sneaker.
I look at
Right.
this and I think back to those amazing memories and those people that
Mhm,
I've met.
mhm.
All right, Roger.
Yep.
Sorry, we kept you waiting here. Thank you for your donation, Roger. It looks like it says, love seeing you guys putting it on for all the women in the sneaker game. Tell Mons I said, what up? That's the home girl. Ah,
Hello. Thank you. Thank you.
we're going to give you a little
Appreciate
DJ horn.
it.
Little DJ horn for you. Sorry if that was loud, guys. I don't know like the sound on these right now. But yeah, thank you so much for the donation. Really appreciate the love coming in here to all
Mhm,
of you who have just jumped in. Once again,
mhm.
I have a new co-host. This is Mons. She is amazing. This is our new series called She Speaks. Oh, what just happened here? Sorry, guys. I just like accidentally doubled my backdrop here. I didn't even mean to hit this new board
Oh
here.
no, it's okay.
Hey guys, you're seeing double of me right now. This is kind of trippy actually. Do you see this? Large
I know. I
Marissa and
see
small
all of you right now.
Marissa. This is what happens when you're testing out a new stream deck and, things just like switch around, but we're going to fix that here in a second.
Mhm,
But yeah, this is our new series. We're going to be hopefully the next week talking about our latest pickups, what we're most
mhm,
excited for the week. I also really want this to be an educational stream as well. I
mhm,
know that there are so many different types of people who are getting into sneakers, and I know a lot of women out there who want to be a part of the sneaker community, but they feel like they can't be a part of it.
mhm,
And I want this to be a safe space. So if you're
mhm.
new to, the sneaker game, you have any questions, feel free to ask Mons and I anything. I mean, I want to be
Sure.
that support system, which I feel like I didn't
Mhm,
really have when I was getting into sneakers. But as far as
mhm,
how to, cop sneakers, what
mhm,
sites they'll be readily available at. Like, I know some of
mhm,
this is super basic information for those of you out there. Also, I know a lot of you who follow me, you're hardcore sneakerheads, but I want you to be aware that there are so many people out there that actually don't know the simplicities of just downloading the sneakers app, and that's
mhm,
just a part of, the game. And I know that we want to really broaden the women in this space.
mhm,
And
mhm,
of course, guys, we need your support as well. It does truly mean the world. And you having the utmost respect for us and just being a part of our channel, it
mhm,
truly means the world. I mean, it really
mhm,
does. And I guess talking about this, segueing into this, I would
mhm,
love to talk about any obstacles you face, Mons, as, a woman, just really being a part of, this kind of gatekeeper community. I feel like there are
mhm,
a lot of rules and regulations and qualifications that people like to lay out there for you to feel
mhm,
like you actually can fit in. And
mhm.
I just think that you've done such an impeccable job of representation when it comes to a female sneakerhead. So I would love to hear like how you combat that negativity that does come along with it.
Sure. I mean, I want to say that my experience isn't, I guess the word I can say is traditional. And maybe I'm just in a space where I'm fortunate enough to be, or at least like my community itself I haven't faced a lot of negativity in that sense. When I first started, I think because I started loving sneakers when I was working for a sneaker store, I already felt like I was supported in that sense. I never felt like I didn't belong. If anything, it was more like internal, battles with myself, like, do I belong in this community? Do I know enough to really deem myself as a sneakerhead, or do I even,
Mhm.
or am I even a good representation of what it means to be a part of the space and things like that? So that's a lot of
It's
internal
it's
conversations
it
that
it's
happen. So
very intimidating. I will say,
yeah,
like, the sneaker space is extremely
mhm,
intimidating, and when you don't see a lot of women like you, it's
mhm,
even more intimidating because you're like, man,
right,
where's my community? I hope there's one out there. But of course, you came from a sneaker store, so it's much
mhm,
easier because you've kind of got that foundation already built
right,
up.
mhm,
But yeah, I definitely can see it
mhm,
as like this intimidating factor of where you're more
mhm.
judgmental about yourself and can I fit in? Do I check the marks? Is this
Yeah,
something that and there's so many things that we could go down a list. It's like I face ageism of, oh,
mhm,
you haven't been in the sneaker game for this amount of time
mhm,
or this long
mhm,
to, well, how many sneakers do you have? What sneakers do you
mhm.
have? It can be so broad and so out there, but
Yes.
I just love that we all share a common interest, and that interest is sneakers. Whether it be you have
Right.
one pair in your closet, two pairs, I don't care what
Mhm.
brand it may be. I just love the
Yeah.
fact that we all have a commonality, and we're here to just celebrate that commonality
Mhm.
and talk positively about how it impacts our lives. And
Mhm.
even today I was actually at YouTube headquarters,
Mhm.
and I was able to actually meet creators from different backgrounds. And one of the
Mhm.
things that we all shared, even though they
Mhm.
don't necessarily create content on sneakers specifically, they
Mhm.
all love sneakers in
Yes.
some shape or form. And I mean,
Yeah.
it's just one of those commonalities that comes natural because clearly, like, we have to have sneakers in our closet. I mean, I'm not the type of person that can only wear heels all day.
Mhm.
I need comfort. Like you were talking about earlier, your
Yeah.
favorite kind of go to silhouettes right now are
Yeah.
definitely your most comfortable pairs. But
Mhm.
I think that, this topic can be so much more expanded and
Mhm.
a world where I feel like we can definitely open it up and kind of drop the gatekeeping in a different
Mhm.
way to where
Yeah.
it's more of a celebration of what we all
Yes.
enjoy. Even from
Mhm.
like the segregation, I feel like sometimes where women get kind of cornered into a specific pod, you can say.
Mhm.
I've always, created my content in a way where I want men and women to be a part of
Mhm.
it. I don't want it to just be girls only. I love the men that
Yes.
come through my channel. I love styling for both men and women. Even if I'm wearing skirts or dresses, it's crazy, but I love just color coordinating so guys can get an idea of like how to coordinate a sneaker, and it's just fun to adapt and evolve to make the content that I create for everyone. It doesn't matter if you're young or
Mhm.
older. I just want everyone to kind of find some kind of common interest in it. And I think as far as like your styling goes, I love your
Mhm.
style, Mons, by the way. I
Well,
really
thank
do.
you. Likewise.
I think the way that you coordinate, how you coordinate colors and just it's very fitting of who you are, and I love how unique you are. Can you talk about like what inspires you as far as your style goes and how you decide what you're going to wear with each pair of sneakers?
Ooh. I would say that in terms of my style, I want to say it's pulling in a little bit of streetwear, a little bit of like city girl, I will. I don't want to put my style in a box necessarily, but ultimately, I always want to wear something that makes me feel confident and makes me feel happy, whether that be an oversized tee with some cargo pants or even just like a nice dress with a nice jacket. I think it's excuse me, I think it's more so, whatever fits my mood for the day and maybe just fits the vibe of what I'm looking for. A lot of the time, also, it's just like, what events are we going to? Or even just running errands. A lot of that is like athleisure. So I think it's just whatever makes you happy is what's important. And um, I don't think I've ever really put my style in a box other than, what? If it makes me feel confident, then that's what's important. And I hope for everyone else who's watching here too, who have maybe, questioned how to style shoes or even, how to or what to wear with your sneakers, like just wear what makes you feel confident because you're the one wearing them, you're the one presenting it out to the world, and it's a lot about you. So yeah, just be confident in what you wear.
Fully agree with you. I mean, I truly feel like it doesn't matter what you have on foot. as long
Mhm.
as you feel confident in whatever it is that you're wearing, that's what people are going to see. They're going to see you vibrating that
Mhm.
confidence, that great energy. You can really see when somebody doesn't feel comfortable in something
Mhm.
that they're wearing. I the other day I was driving in an Uber, and this poor girl, she was walking
Mhm.
barefoot. She was holding her pair of like boots, which clearly were not comfortable at all.
No.
And
Yes.
New York is not the place, by the way, that you ever want to walk barefoot. There's so much glass and trash and needles.
Huh.
I mean, God knows what you could possibly step on. You're definitely going to get a foot injury. But it's kind of like, you think about it, right? What was the point of actually wearing those, right? Because
Right.
clearly you
Right.
were uncomfortable. And now, like, you're just putting yourself out there to get like a cut that could send you to the hospital, or an infection of some kind.
Mhm.
So even though she felt cute maybe in the boots at the time, now it's kind of like, was it really worth it? I would have
Right.
just much preferred seeing her in like some cute sneakers. She would have been walking confidently down the sidewalk in those, if that was something that she had selected as that option.
Mhm.
Real quick, Ryan, again with another gifted membership.
All
Ryan,
right.
you are so amazing. I got to give you like some more love here. Thank you so much, Ryan. I really appreciate it. But yeah, so it's crazy seeing what people wear in New York. I love living in the city because it really is like the best place to just observe
Mhm.
people.
Mhm.
As like the subway, for instance, best place ever, because you could just stare at feet all
Yeah.
day, or just walk down a
Yeah.
street and see some crazy stuff. I know that you've been going to a ton of sneaker cons. It's crazy because we
Mhm.
never actually crossed paths, Mons. It's kind of like
I
I was
know.
going to the events before you, and then you started after, so we never actually got to really meet in person. It was just kind of like, the stars are just
We
kind
just
of
keep
triply
we just keep
unaligning.
but like you said, we're gonna change that for sure. This is only the beginning. So yeah, we're gonna make it happen. So it'll be
So
really
how was the last sneaker con though that you were at? I saw some Nest Quick
good.
stuff out there.
It was so fun. So for those who didn't see some of my content on Instagram, I was at SneakerCon LA this past Saturday. I was there for a day, and it was so fun. It was huge, lots of vendors and some fun activations. So eBay Sneakers was there, of course, and Nesquik, which actually happened to be my favorite booth. They were doing a customization lab, so you can go stand in line, and it's first come first serve. They had 3 time slots that day, and you basically get to customize your pair. So they had decals, patches, paint markers. You can switch the laces up. So that was a really fun experience because I feel like there hasn't been anything like that in previous sneaker cons that I've attended. So I think being able to have activations like that where more people can get involved with the events is really, really fun. And I also saw Mr. Clean there, which I wasn't
Oh
expecting. So
my gosh. Girl,
yeah,
you know how much I clean with those Mr. Clean sponges? That is
the
the
magic
only
ring was
thing. Yeah, the magic erasers, those things are incredible. Shout out, we need a Mr. Clean sponsorship.
I know Mr. Clean if
Oh,
you're
that's
listening.
just, I'm about to
You know,
grab my box right now. I got my
I
my
know
box from
everyone here
BJ's over here. My little
congratulations on clean shoes during our live.
I
That's
know. So
another
Mons and I are also eating Filipino food while also cleaning our sneakers at the same time because time is limited. That's what we
yes,
do on
no,
this channel.
yes, multitasking at its finest. But yeah, they had one there, and their activation was they had some people there using the magic erasers to clean sneakers. So that was really cool. So
Oh,
yeah, a lot of great.
girl, I would have asked you to send me a box. I go through
I know
those
people want
so
that. I was
quickly.
like, all that is that okay?
I have a friend and she really likes these, and I'm just
Yeah,
gonna take all your
exactly.
products and send it to her because, yeah, it's like I clean sneakers every single day. I feel like I'm always cleaning. I'm so OCD. So thank you, Anthony, for making me a clean freak. I know you're in here.
Well, I feel like I clean my sneakers too. I want to say that a lot of the time I do my best. If, for example, I'm going through a rotation, I really do my best to clean my sneakers right away because I have some pairs that I just leave and then the dirt just sets in and now I can't take it out. So I think I've learned my lesson from that, and I try to
Send
keep
him
my.
over to Anthony. I've got the best
Oh
sneaker
yeah.
cleaner. I will connect you. He
Oh,
is
perfect.
the best sneaker cleaner in the world. I'm not biased either. He really, truly
Okay.
is. Anthony, we're going to have you clean Mon's shoes for her. You can show
Thank you.
her exactly what your secret is. Yes, look at him.
Yeah,
Never let the dirt settle. That should be
I
our
know. I
quote.
really should do that.
That will be our new tagline, everyone. Never let the dirt settle.
Yes, never let the dirt settle. You heard it here
So,
first.
Willie Steen is asking if you are going to be attending Complex Con this year.
I hope so. I went last year and I had a great time, and I spent too much money. I put a video from last year's Complex Cons together and my haul, and I did some damage. It
Oh
was
my
not, I
gosh.
didn't expect to do that. And plus, Cactus Plant Flea Market is going to be the creative director this year. So I think it's going to be
Oof.
really exciting. So yeah, I'm hoping to go. So if you guys go, hope to see you there. Say hi if you happen to be there. Don't be
You know
shy.
what's crazy is she used to live in my building. And
Really?
oh my god, yes, she used to live in my building in Dumbo. I'm not going to tell you guys where I used to live because she definitely
Yep.
still lives
Mhm,
there.
mhm, mhm,
But yeah, I just realized it when we were both like sitting outside
mhm,
on our rooftop and I'm looking at her
mhm.
and I'm looking at a photo on my phone because we always second guess ourselves, when you think you know somebody, but you're not quite sure. So this is me the whole time. I'm laying there in the sun, not trying to be creepy at all, but I'm like, oh my God, that's
I
her.
That's her. Tell me why I do that all the time with people I think I know, and I'm like, I don't want to be that weirdo that comes up and be like,
Exactly. I know. Hi. I do sneaker content, and I wasn't able to copy your sneaker last week. So if you have a
yeah.
pair laying around in your room or building right in
uh,
this building right now, I much appreciate it. No, I that was not me. Could never do that.
Exactly.
Could never do that. When is your sneaker a battle? Cushy souls.
Battle. Ooh.
I I don't know if we're necessarily going to do sneaker battles because it
Oh,
wouldn't be
yeah.
very fun because I feel like we pretty much get the same stuff, Mons.
I think so. And I feel like we also have a bunch of different interests as well. Maybe we can be like, oh, what sneaker are we rocking for the day or something? Maybe we can do that if you guys
Yeah,
like.
let us know, you guys, in the comments as
Yeah.
well, if there are specific
Mhm.
topics that you would love for Mons and I to cover.
Mhm.
Uh, you know, at the end of the day, I love hearing from the community what kind of content
Mhm.
you all want to see on here. And
Mhm.
this is a new series, so Mons and I are just happy to be, doing this She Speaks Sneakers specifically because there are not that many women who are out
Mhm.
here speaking about
Mhm.
this topic, and we talked about that a little bit at the beginning of
Mhm.
this stream. So if you're just jumping
Mhm.
in, it's a very intimidating space to jump into as a woman. So I'm just thankful that Mons is becoming a part of the YouTube world because I know that it is just such an uphill climb. So I'm really rooting for you, Mons, on this hill that you're climbing up, and I really hope that all of you go and support her as well. If you're not subscribed to, Mons's channel, be sure to jump on over there. I have her at there underneath her name, so definitely go check her page out. She does some incredible unboxings, and there's just not a lot of women out there doing it. So we truly need all of your support, and we're so appreciative of your continued support
Mhm.
that you give us, ladies. It really does truly mean the world. But
Absolutely.
on that note, I feel like we
Mhm.
should jump into some sneakers that we recently
Let's
picked
do
up
it.
since people are like wanting a battle. It's not really necessarily a battle, but I guess we'll be talking about, some of the sneakers that we got currently.
Mhm.
But yeah, why don't you go first, Mons?
Sure. So I have three pairs that I want to share with everybody. So, in no particular order, I just have them here on a stack. So, first one is going to be a Nike SB pair. And I was very excited for this because I hit
Oh,
on the
yes.
website. So, this is the Nike SB and Supreme collaboration Rammelsy. So, I was really excited to get this, especially in a 6.5, because a
Whew,
lot of my
your
Nike,
size. Your
it's
size
so
is.
hard.
I'm so sorry, Mons. I really feel for you. I mean, girl, mine are disgusting already. I've worn these a bunch of times. I couldn't wait. I literally just I they had to go straight to toe. There's one that I've not done a video on yet, but I did get both.
Nice. Oh, the white one
I
looks really good.
I just
I
wish
think they
they
look
did
really
both
good.
lows. I wish they honestly would have just done the same color
Yeah.
and concept, but as a low and just skipped this silhouette.
I agree. I love the lows more, but I mean, everyone is
Let's
subject to
just
their own opinion.
imagine this, everyone, as a low. How amazing would this have been?
So good. Then I would have had to buy two pairs. So I will go with the one pair for now. But yeah, I'm really
We
excited to
all need
have
a.
this one.
If you need a black one, you also need a white one, as we say.
Yeah,
You need
exactly.
both.
It has to have a
Both in the
friend.
collection.
You have to get
Exactly. These things get lonely. Sneakers really need friends. They have to hang together. It's cute. They're
one,
gonna go on
get
a
another.
date one day, I think.
I don't exactly. So it's so tough to choose sometimes, but yes, that's gonna be the first one right there. All
Amazing
right.
pickup, especially in
You?
your size. I feel
Yes.
like, especially with Supreme drops when it comes to sneakers, I get frustrated because a lot of the pieces I get are in store, but usually they'll be like, the smallest size we got in was a 9.5. So it won't even be close to my size range. It's just like the luck of the
Yeah.
draw. But your
Yes.
size is truly a unicorn.
It's so hard, and that's why for Nike SBs, a lot of my pairs actually happen to be a size 7 because I feel like a lot of them don't come out in a 6.5. So if I'm able to, I always try to enter for a 6.5, but I know that that is sometimes a shot in the dark. So
Mm-hmm.
a size 7 will
It's
have to
funny,
do.
right, with sneakers. It's like, what sneaker size are you? Well, it depends on what you kind of have available.
Yeah,
I could be a
exactly.
smaller size. I could be a larger
Yeah,
size. Just kind of depends. We just make it work. Take out the insole or maybe stuff a couple socks in there, and it is what it is.
exactly.
That's our
We
size.
make it
Wink,
work,
wink.
especially if it's a pair that we want, we make it work. So another one that I have, I was able to also get in a size 6.5, and I'm very excited about this one too. I also tend to say excited about pairs because I am. I don't know what else to say about it. So you'll hear that a lot from me. But it's one, it's the Yuto Horigome pair. I love this pair. I think the colors that they used on this is spectacular, honestly. Just the
It's a
color
good
choices also.
blue. It's a very
It
good
is a
blue.
blue. And I like that they added a chocolate brown and this kind of baby pink on the heel tab section because it's not a color combo that I thought about. So when I saw it, I had to have it. So
Honestly,
there's the
like that color and tone, I feel like is a yearly wear as well, which that's where I get
beautiful.
stressed sometimes because I think to myself, can I wear this year round or is this just a summer sneaker or a fall sneaker? That is an amazing sneaker for every season.
I think so too. So you'll probably be seeing me rocking these a lot. These are
We're
also
ready for
still
those on feet looks, girl. I'm ready for it.
I have so many pairs to use because this past August I picked up so many pairs and it's
We'll
just I
call
need
we'll
to calm
call it a lunch break. So on your lunch break, right, you're gonna have to swap out real quick, or every break
yes.
that you have at work, you're gonna have to swap out into a different pair as a rotation. Your coworkers
Right.
might think you're crazy and be like, "Girl, like what's going on with your feet?
What's
Why do they keep
going on?
changing?"
Yeah. Well, actually, with work, I'm remote. So, but my
Oh,
coworkers actually know that I collect sneakers. So every time I go to work or I'm in the office, they're like, "Ooh, what pair are you wearing?" Or I want to see like a wild pair of sneakers. So I always try to make it a point to bring something fun because my coworkers just enjoy it. So I was like, okay, yeah, let's do a fun pair. Let's do something colorful, something wild. So yeah, that's usually my go-to when I go into the office.
look, Lenny Wu is asking, "Do you have the Setsubun dunks?"
I don't. I don't.
Sorry,
Sad.
Lenny. We can only do so much out here, Mons.
I know. I can only get sweaty hair.
I put out videos every single day almost, and it's funny because I'm like pumping out videos left and right, and it's always like, wait, but do you have this one? I'm like, guys, I just put out like 60 videos last month of 60 different sneakers, and you're like, wait, but did you get this one?
I know. This one in particular, I was like,
Right, this one in particular. That's it. That's
I
all we
wish
care
I had the
about.
room. Yeah, I also wish I had the room to house a lot of these sneakers. Some of these are still in their boxes and their stacks because I have to move around things. So, last but not least, is I think a very underrated pair.
The
And
Mac
this is my first.
attacks.
Yeah, I think this one's very underrated. And maybe because I really like the colorway, but here we go. It's this
I
pair right
love
here.
that. I actually
Nike
was
Mac.
fortunate enough to go to an event with Nike's team and a store that I actually modeled for, 2Minds. They did an amazing event here during Fashion Week. They had that sneaker specifically on the display, showcased. I had to get a dress to
Yes.
match it perfectly with some checkers at the bottom, which was actually very unintentional. And I showed up and I'm like, wait, I really do match this product right
You
now a
already
little
knew
bit
what
more.
you're doing.
That's a great color. It really is.
It's a great color. I think, oh, a little out of frame. I think it's a great color. I think it's very wearable. It's also a good price point. I think it retailed for $120. So don't sleep on these guys. If you don't have a pair, I suggest you get one
Sneakers
because I think
are
they're
expensive. So, as far as like your budget restrictions that you may have, it's amazing to just try out new silhouettes. And I love that they brought this back from the archives.
yes.
There's a lot of history behind this silhouette,
Mhm,
and our tennis
mhm,
player that represents this
mhm.
sneaker, he was a crazy guy out there. I just
Yeah.
remember John was like all over, do it like yelling at the refs and stuff. I can't believe somebody played tennis in these. Actually, can you believe
Yes, I
that?
know
I
because
I
I have I play, well, okay, before I say I play tennis casually.
Did you play tennis in those, girl? I gotta see it.
Ooh,
No,
I
I
might
don't. I don't. I don't want you to hurt your feet. I
I
don't want you
kind
to.
of want to try and see because I have the Naomi Osaka pair to play tennis in. So
Okay.
I might want to try these out just to see, just for the content, to see how it feels and to see, to see
We're
how
gonna
it
play
is.
that video on our next show. You realize this, right?
And I'll be sure to I'll be
Everyone is gonna watch this.
Oh my gosh, I'm not very good, guys. So before you think I'm like really good at tennis, I'm not very good. I'm just learning, but it's so fun. It's great cardio. So I try to play like once a week or like once every 2 weeks. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. So more to come on that one. I
More
will
to
bring you.
go.
Yeah.
So Ryan is asking, when y'all get the chance, what are both of your thoughts on the Travis Utopia Air Force Ones? So I
I'm
have
gonna go
still
first.
not received. I ordered them. I have not
Mhm.
gotten my pair yet. I know that it's been trickling in all over the
Mhm.
place with people getting their pairs here and there. I have
Mhm.
not seen them yet.
Mhm.
I don't know if you went after them, Mons.
I didn't go after them. They weren't my favorite pair, but of course, to each their own. And also I feel like I haven't seen a lot of photos around them or a lot of people with them yet. So I think it's a little too early for me to decide if I really like them or not. And plus, it's one of those things where if I decide I want something, I'll go look for it later and then I'll try to figure it out in terms of trying to attain that pair. But for now, it's a pass for me. But let me know what you think when you get it, in
Girl,
your hand.
if I ever get it, I don't know. Those things may never arrive.
It will cross our fingers then that they come in the mail because
Every
hey,
time I order from Travis's website, you almost forget when you get a package in the mail and you're like, oh my God, did I order this like 6 months ago?
happy
Totally
mail.
forgot about this.
I love when you order something and then it takes a while to get here because I feel like a lot of us are used to getting it so quickly now that you're just anticipating a package coming. But then I feel like when it takes a long time and it shows up, best surprise. It is
Exactly. It's almost like Christmas. You just don't know when Christmas is going to come, right?
exactly like Christmas. So
Santa just delivered a little special gift that you weren't expecting.
exactly. Year round. But that was the pairs that I have that I've attained recently. How about you, Marissa? What do you have from this week's pickups?
Um,
I
so
guess.
Ryan, real quick, I don't
Mhm.
know exactly what to expect from that Air Force One, but I will say one of the things that Nike does tend to do when they do collaborations, I feel like the quality is just like amazing. It's not subpar, it's not cheap leather. So I'm very more, I guess, more interested in the leather quality of it
Mhm.
and just like the embroidery work that they have placement wise. So we'll
Mhm.
see. Could be a bust if I have those in hand. I have no clue. Where do I start here? Okay, actually, I'll start with my most special pair. So Joe
Yay.
Fresh Goods actually seeded me a pair. He sent me the special gift in the mail.
Yes.
Um, I was like so shocked. I haven't
Mhm.
been gifted anything from Joe Fresh Goods. I've been a huge fan of his for a very long time. And I was really intrigued by the story of this when it came out, just because I don't know if you were around when Life magazine or followed Life magazine, but I was just like thinking back to the magazine itself. I'm like, wow, I had no clue that Jordan actually wore a pair of New Balance 650s, and that was like his
No idea.
signature jump move that
Yeah,
became the, Jordan
right.
logo.
I
But
had no idea.
it's
So
crazy,
I think,
right?
yeah, I mean, I think that's what's nice is that you learn something new every day, and I think this pair is really special just for that story alone. So, oh, they are so beautiful. Oh my
The
god.
quality is amazing on these. I mean, one of the things I love about 650s or 550 New Balances is because the quality is so good on these, it makes such a nice, dressy
Mhm,
sneaker. And
mhm.
I love seeing people here in New York. Typically, they love wearing like blazer kind of suits with these, and it looks so classy and clean. It
Good.
doesn't feel like you're trying to like not organically place a sneaker into your look. These just
Right.
always have this upscale feel to them. But of course,
Yes.
if you want to keep it casual, like you can wear
This-
cargo pants with these, you can wear sweats with these, but they're
Mhm.
so versatile, and the colorway of
Yes.
this is very simplified. I love that, he didn't decide to go all out color scheme wise,
Mhm,
which, sometimes Joe Fresh Goods does like super cool
mhm,
bright colors, which are fun,
mhm.
but it's not for the everyday kind of wear
Right.
as far as like color schemes go. But again, the story is really cool if you think about it. Like the
Mhm.
packaging is kind of like that what if question mark of what if he actually chose New Balance as his brand?
Right.
What
What if?
what would New Balance be today? Those are some
Right.
crazy questions to think about. And
Mhm,
what if even like Life didn't do that article on Jordan? Would that still be like the Jordan
mhm.
logo I was thinking about, right?
It's true. Right.
Um, it's all these like question marks of what direction, what path would the brands have gone in? What would,
Right.
Jordan's image be? Would it be the same image that we have in our mindset? Of course, it's that
Mhm.
Jumpman logo that's
Yes.
instilled in our brains at this point in time. But I love that he went through the archives. I think
Mhm.
secret collaborations are always cool when you think about the backstory, because it's like they're
Absolutely.
literally going through article after article after
Mhm,
article and digging through the history books and trying to like
mhm,
figure out something that they can kind of bring back and make their
mhm.
own. And I just think that he stumbled upon a great part of history, a part of history that a lot of us probably didn't know. I
Mhm.
never remember seeing that image in Life magazine. So I love that he kind of intercepted that into his collaboration, but again, just gave us a very neutral, simplistic toned look
Yes.
so that this could be
Mhm.
like an everyday sneaker. Of course, limited to 500. So
Of course.
in Chicago, not to mention
Mhm,
that part, a very unfortunately difficult sneaker
mhm,
to, be able to cop. But thank
mhm.
you, Joe Fresh
They're
Goods,
beautiful.
for just, taking us back and really reimagining what history could have shifted and been like if things have gone a
Exactly.
different way.
No, absolutely. Great, great pair to start with. Love it.
How tough is getting New Balance exclusives? Lenny, let me tell you. New Balance, by far, I actually, my W taps, I don't know where I put those, but like I have been trying for years, Mons, to get
Mhm,
W taps. They
mhm.
are incredibly difficult
Difficult.
to get. Oh, wait, this is
Mhm.
them. Right behind me. Sorry, everyone. I don't know where my sneakers are. Like, where are they? They're here.
Like, out of nowhere. Ah, yes. Thank you.
And of course, I was so happy because the 990 V6 right now is like
Mhm,
kind of my favorite new
mhm,
sneaker that New Balance has come out with. The
mhm,
990
mhm.
series in general has kind of just been
It's
like my
great.
go
Mhm,
to.
mhm,
But W Taps just like they really Dub Taps just
mhm,
I don't know. Dub Taps are probably the highest price point sneaker
mhm,
collaborations with New Balance on the resale market.
mhm.
I just think it's because they're so limited. And when sneakers are that limited, Lenny, that's how you can kind of tell in the resale market why the price
Mhm.
point is so crazy. Because,
Right?
sometimes they'll just be like, what, we're going to do a collab with Levi's and we're going to drop 45 pairs. And I
Right.
know this because I was like number 50 and I wasn't
Mhm.
able to cop a pair on the Levi's website when they dropped. And that's the thing I guess I love about New Balance is they really don't care. They're just like, we're gonna drop like 100 pairs, maybe 30 today, maybe 20. It's frustrating, but it does really make their collaborations that they do, and when they do exclusives, very hard to come by.
Right. Nope, I agree with you. And I feel like some of the New Balance pairs that I've gotten are really, really tough. I feel like they're not as, I guess, available in that sense or accessible. But, if I'm able to get it, fantastic. If not, hopefully on to the next great collaboration. But yeah.
Man, we got another membership. Karen K was gifting another membership by Ryan. You are on fire this evening,
Ryan.
Ryan. I mean, I got to Ryan. Really, truly, MVP goes to you. I provide extra content for those of you who want to become members of the channel. We, put content out early as well. So when we do get early seeded product, I want all of my members to be the first to actually be able to view that content. So definitely check our memberships out. They're incredible. We're going to get Mons membership program at some point in time. We're going to work our way over there.
At some point, we'll make it happen. So
we got to get her to 1,000 subscribers.
I'm almost there, guys.
You're almost there. So please go subscribe to her if you're not yet subscribed. Let's see here. So what is my next pickup? I don't even know where to start. I guess my Union LA Beffy's Beauty Supply. So this took forever to come in. I know that a lot of people wanted me to pick up the Elevate as well, which released as part of this 2 drop silhouette sneaker. People forget I am 5'10". So as far as height goes, I don't necessarily, I know we're both on opposite height ranges, Mons, but people forget how tall I am until they see me in person. And I don't need the extra height. I already stand out enough as like a tall trunk, a little tree, above people. But yeah, so that's why I opted for just the Air Jordan 1 high. But I love the story behind this. I just love that it's about a love story. And Chris and Beth, met during the summer of '96, which is what they coined the sneaker. So I love that they decided to kind of encapsulate that story of how they met and just kind of made that collaboration stick with this really cool weave work, which we saw in Jacques Moose's latest collaboration too. So I love that Nike's really kind of been playing around with different textures, different weave patterns. And again, I just think that this is just a really cool color combo sneaker. Again, very neutral in tone, but still aesthetically has pops of color, but they're subtle with the threading here. I love this green tone. I think somebody said that they were going to try and actually get some green laces, which I think would look really sick with these.
I agree. Yes. Because I think it comes with those laces and then the mustard, like the yellow colored one.
Which you can kind of subtly see on the outlining sketches of the swoosh mark here. And of course, the Union LA tag is typically in that mustard yellow tone. But I do think green, that emerald green, would look really just beautiful with this, and it would pop because it's just a very subtle upper.
Yes, exactly. Such a good one. I can't wait to wear my pair.
Did you get a pair too?
I did. I had to. I was debating also on the elevates because for reference, I'm 5'4", guys. So
we're different heights, but that's great.
Exactly. I wouldn't mind some extra height, but I think ultimately I just really loved the Jordan 1 pair. So I went with that one and I'm really happy with it. Another pair also that I need to wear out, and I'm debating on how I want to style it. So we'll see.
Now we can be twins.
Yeah.
With this one. I was just like happy when I got the email that these were being sent out because everyone had their pairs. So I'm like, man, what happened to my pair? Did it get lost in the mail somewhere? That's always my fear, is that it got lost in the mail, because there's no going back, right?
All the shipping updates, I'm always like, if I haven't heard a shipment update in a few days, I get really nervous because, like I said, I feel like it's always so automatic now with the shipment updates. And then if I don't get it, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's over. And I'm never getting them.
I know.
What
It's
do
a
I do?
scary moment that sneaker
Yes, very
people
scary
understand. This is something we share a commonality with, which is that
Yes,
intensity of a missing package.
the
Like,
anxiety
no,
builds up. So
it
yes.
is a lot. What's good, King Meow Meow? Good to have you in here, Natasha. They're different but fire. Love yours. Glad you got a pair as well. For those of you who are just hopping in here, be sure to hit that like if you have not already. If we get
Mhm.
Mons to 1,000, Ryan's going to gift another membership. So head on over to her page right now and hit that subscribe button so we can get her to 1,000 subscribers. And then Ryan's going to give one of you lucky members or soon to be members a membership. Thanks again, Ryan, you MVP of tonight.
I
Uh,
know. Ryan's been
anyone
killing it.
cop the Terror Squad Air Force One is what Ryan is asking. I actually did not go for these. How about you,
I
Mons?
didn't go for them either. No. Yeah.
I am very particular on Air Force Ones. I'm pretty select when I get the silhouette, just because for me, walking around New York, Air Force
Mhm.
Ones are just a very heavy sneaker.
They are very heavy. Yes, they are.
Very heavy. So you build your calf muscles out here, walking
Oh
around
yeah.
in Air Force Ones. I literally will never forget the day when there was just like every girl that was in my industry, every casting, every job I ever went to, everyone was wearing Air Force Ones. So I made it a point that I was not going to be an Air Force One girl. So I think it's
I
still kind of
yeah.
ingrained in me.
Mhm. That's it. Well, actually, speaking of that, I know Anthony, this was a comment a while back, asked what my first sneaker was, if I remember whether it was popular or not. And I would love to hear your answer too. But the one that I remember was a K-Swiss pair, actually. It was in eighth grade that I finally got it. It was a pair that I wanted from Mervyn's, if anyone knows that old department store. There was this pair of, so they had K-Swiss, and it was like a high top basketball shoe, actually, and I wanted it so badly. I don't know why. I
Wonder
just
if we
wanted
had the
it.
same K Swiss pair, girl, because mine was a high top too. It was baby blue
Yeah.
and white.
Ooh. I think mine
I'm
was
gonna
like
I'm
all.
gonna find a photo of mine, and then you'll have to
I'm
send
gonna
me a
find a
photo of
photo too.
yours.
I know this. I know it's somewhere, but I have to go through the. I might even have to ask my mom to go through the photo albums because that's how old it is. But I remember it being like an all white pair, high top, and it had some like mint teal detailing. And I wanted that pair so bad, but it was a little bit out of our price range at the time, so never got it until my final like eighth grade before I got into high school. So that is the one that I remember wanting so bad and finally got it. And yeah, I'll have to find that photo. I don't know if it's still in existence though. So, but yeah, that was the
I
first
know,
one.
it's always hard to go back. I mean, honestly, my mom set like a price range for me,
Mhm.
and I was lucky because she
Mhm.
worked at Nordstrom, so she got a discount. And so I
Yeah.
always had to factor in that discount, and certain
Mhm.
sneakers would make the cut. And I was so into baby blue. Like, I had this every
Mhm.
year, I was into a different color. And K
Mhm.
Swiss, I'll never forget, they launched
Mhm.
this like baby blue and white high top basketball sneaker,
Mhm.
and I was like, Mom, listen, I got this baby G
Hate it.
watch. I gotta match my baby G blue watch. You understand? I can't not have both.
Yes, like it needs to match. I need it so badly. No, I totally.
Literally, I need it. I had to have it.
Yeah.
So many small problems, in
I
our
know,
younger years of
right?
life.
What a time. It was definitely simpler then. It was
It
definitely simpler.
was. What is my? Oh yeah, I'm like Jesus. What is my next pickup? Next one, we're gonna go to
What?
Crocs because I know you love Crocs
Oh, you love
too.
the Crocs.
So I've always been a huge fan of Jam. I just love the
Mhm,
simplicity of the collaborations
mhm.
that he does, and of course, I feel like every collaborator has just moved to Crocs for some reason.
I
You do
don't
it if
blame
you
them.
do a big sneaker brand, then you're probably gonna move on over to Crocs to do a
Oh,
collaboration. Do you feel
absolutely.
that way?
I feel like, well, Crocs are so good. And I know we talked about this and I know we didn't like them at first, but don't
This
knock
is
it till you
true.
try it. If there are people in watching right now that don't like Crocs for whatever reason, try
Let
it
me
first
see if I
because,
can show you what makes this pair
oh,
unique.
that's so
So
cool.
it is this really just
Oh,
classy button. So Crocs is on
yeah.
one side, and then
Mhm.
on the other side it says Jound.
Oh,
But
that's so
very simple, right?
cool.
Nothing
Yeah.
crazy, no all
Right.
over branding, just very
Mhm.
subtle. But again, it's a
Mhm.
statement, you know?
Mhm. I love it. And can't go wrong with comfort. So, I
Don't
love
knock
it.
the Crocs till you try it, everyone. We were once haters, and now look at us. Can't take these off our feet.
I know, former Croc haters here. I was determined not to like them. I was determined not to ever own a pair, but things change. Things change. We grow,
Bad dating experience with a guy in Crocs, so it just put me off. When you get told that you can't come into a restaurant because your boyfriend's in Crocs, I mean, that
Oh,
just set me off of Crocs for life for a minute, and then I put them on my feet. I'm like, I get you, but I'm still not
I
wearing
get
them
it.
to a restaurant like that. But
Yeah,
hey,
you know, for
time
another
and a
occasion.
place, time and a place,
Yes, for
as I always
another
say.
occasion. Yep.
That my last recent pickup is the This Is Never That. So now that we were talking about 650s, I guess I probably should have transitioned to the 550, but I know. This came in some interesting colors. I really wanted to just see it in hand because I haven't seen a lot of 550s with this like
Mhm.
outsole and midsole in a black colorway.
I
But then
agree.
I was kind of
Fun.
reading the inspiration behind
Mhm.
the collaboration, and they meant for it to be just more of like a really outdoorsy hiking looking sneaker.
Makes
So
sense.
I
I
love
see
that
that.
they've like changed up the aesthetic. I feel like with the 550 they've done so many colorway options, so you get to a point where it's kind of like,
Yeah.
what do we do? What haven't we done actually?
Yeah, exactly. Let's try something different. Go for a different aesthetic. They look really good. I love the brown on there. It looks good.
Yeah, and it's like a nice dark shade on the interior as well with some green in
Oh,
there.
that's hmm
But it's very rugged, and I like a color scheme like this just because if you're somebody like me where you don't
hmm
always want to clean your sneakers, this is a sneaker you're not going to be able to tell if it's getting
true.
dirty, really.
That's true.
Anthony, is this Anthony approved? I feel like this is Anthony approved.
I hope it is.
Anytime I show a sneaker to Anthony, he'll either tell me to just get rid of it because it's too difficult
Mhm.
to clean, or yes, it's a cop, but it's typically
Mhm.
an all over black or purple. Purple and black is Anthony's favorite color. So if it's purple and black, he's like, yes, keep it. If not, don't keep it.
Don't even bother. Yeah.
But
No, those
that's all my
pickups.
pickups, girl.
No, beautiful pickups. Quick water break. Stay hydrated, everybody.
I know. I realized I didn't drink any water, and I got a lot
Same here.
of waters today at this event,
You
and
know,
I don't
water
think I
break.
consumed any.
hmm
This is so funny. If you could make a gibbet, what would it be? Interesting question.
Ooh, that's a hard
I
question.
almost like don't want to give my idea because what if we give an idea and then we have the
And then
opportunity to come out with a gibbet, but then like somebody takes it because of this live stream.
I know, right? Thanks for the question, Kyle. Oh my gosh, that's a
It's
tough
like, I got you,
question.
Mons. If somebody steals your idea, then we're going to come at them and be like, wait, did you watch our stream and steal this? Because that's
Actually,
not
maybe
okay.
we'll do an internal meeting first,
I know, right?
and then it'll show up. But I'll
It's
have to think about
crazy because they've done so many gibbets now.
it.
And I mean, I love that because I also lose gibbets. My little like niece told me the other day too that in middle school that's the thing to
Yeah.
steal. So people have
Gibbet?
been stealing each other's gibbets. I didn't know that
Yeah.
that was the cool thing to do, was to go up to
I
somebody's
didn't.
Crocs and then jack your gibbets, but
I didn't
apparently
know that
that's
was.
what kids are doing these days, Mons.
I. I guess I am so out of it because I didn't even realize that was the thing. But then again, I keep breaking my gibbets because every time I clean my Crocs, I'm like, popping it in and out, and then all of a sudden, it's like, oh my gosh, it's a whole thing. I need to get my gibbets now. Now that I think about it.
It's the whole thing. I know. So hold on to your gibbets out there, everyone. Little hocus pocus for you. Hold on to your heads, but hold on to your gibbets. Don't want people stealing those off your feet. Can you imagine chasing somebody down the street? They think they stole your purse, but it's like, no, they stole
No,
my
I took.
gibbets.
People are funny. That. Oh, it's not even. It's actually a Starbucks cup for anyone who's curious. It's a pineapple.
Ah.
Pineapple, guys.
Ryan, you're asking what a gibbet is? Where are my Crocs? Let me grab
um,
my Jeff Staple Crocs up here so you can kind of see.
I think
Jeff
before I
Staple goes
knew
crazy with his gibbets. These are the most
this,
intense gibbets I've seen.
those
It's
are
full
intense.
condom, crazy pins. But this
I
is a
think.
gibbet right here. So they actually stick in these
Mhm,
little holes. Probably a
mhm.
bad example because you can't see the holes through this netting so well, but these are gibbets.
I have Crocs up here right now? I don't think I do. They're all downstairs. But
In the
um,
worn section of your
I
home.
know it's in the war. Oh, actually, here I have my slides. Actually, So these are Jibbits. And I love Croc slides, by the way. They're
They're
so comfortable.
cute. I haven't gotten slides, or I have the Salehi Bembury ones, but I haven't gotten slides with gibbets. I love that they give you that option. Though it's really
Right? It's
cool.
cute. I like it. So
Got a
yeah.
question from Willie Steen for you, Mons.
Mons, are there pairs that your husband can't stand? And are there pairs of his that you can't stand? I think for a while he didn't like my Crocs. Even though he was the one that got them for me.
He got them for you, and then was like, I don't like these."
So he wanted to. So I really wanted the just for Drew House Crocs collab because they were lilac and they had this bear gibbets on it. I really wanted it. So he got me that pair and was like, and I wouldn't stop wearing it for a while. And I think he was tired of me wearing it only because I have so many other things to wear. And he was like, aren't you tired of wearing those? And I was like, no, not really. I keep wearing these for a while for all I care. But I think
It's an
that's one.
addiction that starts. You put your foot in it, walk around it for a couple miles. Next thing you know, you can't take them off.
I can't. And then they're all so dirty right now. So I'm going to need to do a little cleaning sesh for those guys. A pair that I am, actually, no, I don't think so. I love all of his pairs only because he has like some heat. He's been collecting for a long time since like I think middle school, high school. So he has some really great sneaker knowledge as well, has a really great collection. So I don't know. I love all his pairs. So yeah, we have different tastes, but
That's
you know,
great though. You don't want to be too matchy matchy sometimes. You want to have a
no,
little individuality, you know?
right. And the funny part is, I think we like don't like to match our sneakers. Like if I see him wearing one, sometimes I'll be like, "Oh my gosh, I could wear mine." He's like, "No, wear
Take those
something."
off, babe. I
No,
chose
no,
these
no, no.
first.
Yeah,
You take them off.
please.
Can't be seen like this.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, yeah, I actually don't think we have very many pairs that we match on. Like I said, we have pairs that we love, and so individually, I mean, so yeah.
How often do you
Ooh,
wear your Tiffany Air Force Ones? Actually, Mons, you have these as well,
I
right?
do have them as well. Yeah.
I've wore them to a couple events. I kind of save mine for special occasions. It's
And
like
it's a
more of
good.
a luxury sneaker for me. I don't want it to really be a beater, I guess.
It's pretty
Um,
pricey. So I would also save it for a nice occasion. I haven't even worn mine yet because I still don't know. I'm like I like them and the material and the quality I think is really nice on them. If anything, I just would have liked a little bit more, I guess, color blocking on them, if you will.
Girl,
Maybe
you gotta pay for those accessories. Wink, wink. You
I know
know.
I gotta few accessories. That's why.
I
But
literally was like, man, for the little Air Force One tag for the lace toggle, I'm like, how much is this? And I'm bummed because I really want it now, but they sold out. But I'm like, no, I'm not paying that much. And now I'm like, oh, I should have
I
bought
should
them.
have done it.
So now they're going crazy on the resale market. And anytime I walked into Tiffany's asking for them, people thought I was crazy. Like, wait, what do you
What do
want for your sneaker? I'm like, the thing you put at the bottom of the lace, it's
yeah,
known for the sneaker. And they're like, I don't know what you're talking about. So they pull out
yeah.
rings. I'm like, no, I don't want a wedding ring. No, that's not what I'm looking for my sneaker. No.
I know. I feel like I've learned my lesson a lot about that is when I want something, even just a little bit, I just go for it and then decide later because I don't want to have any regrets about not going for it. So I get it.
Breakfast at
Yeah.
Tiffany's. Actually, you know what? I wanted to take a really cool photo in front of the Tiffany's that's like off of Fifth Avenue, which is
Uh-huh.
where she was in the movie.
Right.
But they had
Mhm.
scaffolding up on the outside because they've been like
Mm,
renovating for
sure. Yeah.
years. But I
Hmm.
decided to go to the Tiffany's actually in Connecticut, which is where the
Hmm.
Tiffany's family lives. So there's like Tiffany
Hmm.
houses. My friend
Cool.
lives in the Tiffany's home actually now, which is crazy.
Oh, that's so
So,
cool.
and one of the
Hmm.
pieces I put on my sneaker is from like the
Hmm.
Tiffany family. So it made it a little bit even more sentimental.
Hmm. Hmm.
But yeah, I mean,
Hmm.
I would love to have breakfast at Tiffany's now that the scaffolding's
That
down.
would
And
be
I
so
think they opened up a bougie restaurant. So, Mons, I think when you come here,
cool.
maybe you should bring your sneakers
I
and we
think
can
I
wear them to
will.
the Tiffany's.
I think I will. So,
We
yep.
can have a cute brunch there.
I think that'd be really cute. And plus, yep, I hopefully will be heading to New York soon. So I got to plan all of the logistics for sneakers and outfits and all that fun stuff. So yeah,
A lot of
hopefully I'll be.
pre-planning.
Yes. I know, and I'm not usually like a big planner. I'm a go with the flow type of traveler planner, so
I'm
it'll be fun
always
regardless.
that go with the flow, and then I kick myself because I regret not bringing a sneaker. I'm like, oh, why didn't I bring these, or even just like
I
a beater
know.
sneaker sometimes because I don't want to get certain pairs destroyed. So I'm like, man,
Right.
why?
Hmm.
Why did I bring these?
Hmm. Yes. No, exactly.
NYC is a must. See, everybody's excited for you to come here, Mons.
I will. I will.
And of
I
course,
have a
you're going to
lot.
be here closer to the holidays, so it'll be, more of a holiday experience for you, which I feel like is
I'm excited for
amazing.
that. I've always wanted to experience New York during a holiday season, so I think it's good timing. And hopefully, I gotta book the tickets. When I book the tickets, then it'll feel more real, and we can, like talk about some places to visit and whatnot. So
You've got
it'll be,
time.
yeah.
You've got time. And of course, many opportunities to come this way. I mean,
Oh,
New
absolutely.
York isn't going anywhere.
Hey, so it's California. Make sure to come visit also.
Exactly. I'm actually going to be going to Texas for Vid Summit at the beginning of October. So that will
Ooh,
be the
okay.
closest, I guess, going that direction and then
Yeah.
back. But I was in California a lot this summer. I was there for
No,
almost an entire month. Can you believe that?
wow. A
Yeah.
lot of work events and whatnot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was there for VidCon
Mm,
with YouTube's team, and that was a really great experience. And then I had like some movie premieres to attend before the strike,
right.
of course, happened. And I
Mhm.
got to meet actually some of my agents out there that I
Mhm.
haven't met because of COVID, but it
Right.
was just a great time to interact with people I haven't seen for years
Mhm.
just because I feel like that East to West Coast travel really stopped when
Mhm.
COVID happened. I just didn't really feel like getting on a
Yes.
plane.
Yes.
One of those. But anyways, everyone,
Mhm.
I just want to give Mons a huge shout out once again. If you're not subscribed to her channel, be sure to go over to her YouTube channel and subscribe. We want to get her to 1,000 subscribers.
Mhm.
Definitely one of the best women out there right now, giving you some of the greatest and most professional looking sneaker content as far as actually
Mhm.
showing you product, having knowledge on that product, as well as being able to style it in her own individual way. And yeah, she's going to be on this new series, She Speaks Sneakers. So,
Mhm.
again, in the comments, let us know what Filipino food you want us to try. Maybe we'll
Yeah.
also clean our sneakers as well.
I know. Let us know what type of content you want to see. This is super exciting. And Marissa, thank you so much for inviting me. I'm really, really excited about the series and to just talk about sneakers and everything in between because, in addition to sneakers and our lives as creators, I think, we have a lot to offer and we also have a lot to talk about. So thank you all so much also for the support and for tuning in to this live. And we're really excited to see where this series is going to take us. So thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And again, if any of you who are in here tonight and you know any women that are in your lives that just want to be a part of the sneaker community, let them know that we have this new series called She Speaks Sneakers. We want this to be a safe space for them to communicate with us and ask us any questions that they might have about, just what sneakers we're most interested for the week, where they can get those sneakers. Very just basic elementary language is what we want to speak, just to make sure that they feel like they can be a part of this community and be able to cop a pair of sneakers, which this is the perfect time to do it because there's so many available pairs this year.
Yeah.
Things have just been on overload, where I think that there has been a switch in things where sneakers are now more obtainable. And
Mhm.
what's great about that is women who've always wanted to be a part of this community now have that opportunity to snag a pair that maybe they've
Mhm.
always wanted to have.
Exactly. No, you said it right. So, like you said, a safe space, and yeah, everyone is welcome. So yeah,
All right,
very excited.
everyone. Well, stay tuned for our next live stream, which we'll figure out a date next week. And of course,
We'll
we'll
figure it out.
put a post
Mhm.
up for you all, but I hope that you'll attend. Again, hit that like on this video if you have not already, and subscribe to my channel as well if
Everyone,
you're not already subscribed. Again, Mons, always a pleasure chatting it up with you. Everyone, I hope
like,
that you have the most amazing evening, and giving you that good luck energy to cop some W's if you're going after anything this coming week. All right.
Yeah, exactly.
See you all later. Have a good evening.
Bye, everyone.
I'm like, are we going? Are we not going? Let me just see. I gotta end this live stream, guys. I can't even like see the end of this here as I move this around. All right, guys. For real. Have a good night.